Picture this. A 9-year-old boy works for free at a rich man's store for 3 whole weeks. No pay, just lessons. Those lessons turned him into a millionaire while his highly educated dad stayed broke. Crazy, right? Hey friends, welcome to Wisdom in Minutes, where we unpack the world's best books in minutes so you can change your life today. Today we're diving into the book that started it all, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you're tired of working hard just to stay broke, these 5 simple lessons will flip your entire money mindset. Stick around, your future self will thank you. Let's go. This book isn't about getting rich quick, it's about getting rich smart. Robert Kiyosaki had 2 dads. His real dad, Poor Dad, was a smart teacher with a great government job and a PhD, yet he always struggled with money. His best friend's dad, Rich Dad, never finished school but became one of the richest men in Hawaii. The 2 dads gave Robert completely opposite advice about money. Poor Dad said, go to school, get a safe job, work hard. Rich Dad said, make money work for you. Which dad's advice do most of us follow? The wrong one, and that's why so many good people stay stuck. In the next few minutes, I'm sharing the 5 biggest lessons straight from the book. They're simple, powerful, and they work anywhere in the world, from busy cities to small towns. Ready? Lesson 1 is where everything changes. Point 1. The rich don't work for money, money works for them. Lesson number 1 hits you right in the chest. The poor and middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. Think about it. Poor Dad told young Robert, study hard so you can get a good job and earn a high salary. That sounds responsible, right? But Rich Dad said something shocking. Stop working for money. Make money work for you. Here's the story that proves it. 10-year-old Robert and his friend Mike asked Rich Dad for a job. Instead of paying them, Rich Dad made them work for 3 weeks, cleaning stores, sorting cans for free. The boys almost quit, but then Rich Dad explained the painful truth. Most people chase money out of fear. Fear of not paying bills, fear of looking poor. Then, when they get a paycheck, greed kicks in and they spend it all on nicer cars or bigger houses. They get trapped in the rat race, working harder every year just to stay in the same place. Rich Dad taught them the opposite. He said money should be your employee. How? By buying things that put money back into your pocket every month. Imagine waking up and money is flowing in while you sleep, play with your kids, or travel. That's freedom. Have you ever felt that heavy feeling on payday? Bills already waiting? That's the rat race talking. Rich Dad said break free by asking a new question every time money comes in. How can this money make more money for me? This one shift changed Robert's life forever. He stopped trading time for money and started building things that pay him again and again. And here's the emotional truth. When you make money work for you, fear disappears. You feel powerful. You feel in control. Most people never feel that, but you can, starting today. Just decide, from now on, your money is going to work harder than you do. Point 2. Why teach financial literacy? Know the difference between assets and liabilities. Lesson 2 is the foundation everyone misses in school. You must learn financial literacy, and it starts with knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. Rich Dad drew a simple picture on paper. On one side, assets, on the other, liabilities. He said an asset puts money in your pocket, a liability takes money out of your pocket. That's it, no fancy words. Most people get this wrong. They think their house is an asset, their nice car is an asset, their big TV is an asset. Rich Dad laughed and said your house is usually a liability. Why? Every month you pay mortgage, repairs, taxes, money leaves your pocket. Same with cars, they lose value and cost fuel and insurance. True assets? Things like a rental apartment that brings rent every month, stocks that pay dividends, a small business that runs without you, even a vending machine or intellectual property like a book or song. These put money in while you sleep. Poor Dad bought liabilities thinking they were assets and stayed broke. Rich Dad bought assets first. Only when the assets generated enough income did he buy luxuries. That's the secret. Imagine this. You buy a small rental property. The tenant's rent covers the mortgage plus extra cash. Now that extra cash buys another asset. It snowballs. That's how ordinary people become wealthy, not by earning more, but by keeping more and making it grow. Emotionally, this lesson hurts at first. You realize you've been tricked your whole life, but then it excites you
because once you understand this, every decision changes. Next time you get a bonus or raise, don't buy a new phone or fancy dinner. Ask, will this put money back in my pocket? Rich Dad said financial literacy is more important than school grades. Schools teach you to be an employee. Rich Dad teaches you to be an owner. Start small. Track every rupee or dollar you spend this week. Label it asset or liability. This tiny habit will wake you up, and when you finally see your asset column growing, you'll feel proud, like you finally figured out the game everyone else is losing.
Point 3. Mind your own business. Lesson 3 sounds simple, but changes everything. Mind your own business. Most people think their job is their business. Rich Dad said no. Your job is what you do to earn money. Your business is what you own, your assets. Even if you steady an employee, start building your own asset column on the side. Focus on buying or creating things that generate income without you working every hour. Rich Dad owns several businesses and properties. He didn't run them all himself. He had systems and people. His income came from his assets, not just his salary. The big mistake? People get a raise and immediately buy a bigger house or car, feeding their liabilities. Their business, their asset column, stays empty. They stay stuck. Here's the emotional part. How many of us work 40, 50, even 60 hours a week and still feel broke at the end of the month? That frustration? That's because you're minding your boss's business, not your own. Rich Dad told Robert, keep your day job for now. It pays the bills. But every extra rupee you have, put it into assets. Start tiny. Maybe a small investment, a side hustle that sells something once and keeps paying, or learning a skill that lets you create value. The freedom feeling when your assets pay your bills? Unbelievable. You work because you want to, not because you have to. You can say no to jobs you hate. You can spend time with family without worrying. This lesson is hopeful. You don't need to quit tomorrow. Just shift your focus today. Look at your bank account. Where is your money going? Redirect even a little toward assets every month. In a few years, you'll look back and say, that was the day everything changed. Because when you mind your own business, life finally starts working for you. Point 4. The history of taxes and the power of corporations. Lesson 4 surprises most people. The rich use corporations to pay less taxes, legally. Poor Dad believed in paying taxes and playing by the rules. Rich Dad studied the rules and used them to his advantage. He explained that employees earn money, pay taxes, then spend what's left. Corporations earn money, spend on business expenses first, cars, travel, education, all deductible, then pay taxes on the rest. That small difference adds up to millions over a lifetime. Rich Dad formed companies that protected his wealth. The company could buy assets, deduct costs, and grow faster. Employees work for the company. The company doesn't work for employees. You don't need to be a billionaire to use this. Even small business owners or investors can structure things smarter. Talk to a good accountant. Form a simple company if it makes sense in your country, and let expenses work for you. Emotionally, this one feels unfair at first. Why do the rich pay less? But Rich Dad said it's not cheating, it's understanding the system. The government actually encourages business owners because they create jobs and growth. The powerful feeling when you stop feeling like a victim of taxes, huge. You realize you can play the game smarter, not harder. You feel hopeful instead of angry. Practical step. Start reading basic books on money and taxes in your country. Notice how business owners get benefits regular employees don't. This knowledge alone can save you thousands every year. And when your money grows faster because you're not losing so much to taxes, you'll smile every time you check your accounts. The rich didn't break the rules, they learned them. Now you can too. Point 5. The rich invent money. Lesson 5 is pure excitement. The rich invent money. They don't wait for it. They create opportunities others miss. Rich Dad said money is not real, it's just an idea. People with financial intelligence see deals everywhere. They solve problems creatively.
They take calculated risks. Poor Dad waited for the perfect safe job. Rich Dad created businesses and investments. One story, Robert learned to buy properties others thought were worthless, fix them with creativity, and turn them into cash-flowing assets. He didn't have much money at first. He used other people's money and ideas. The emotional shift is massive. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," you ask, "How can I afford it?" That question opens your mind. Fear turns into courage. Problems become opportunities. You don't need to be born rich. You just need to train your brain to spot value. Start by reading one book a month on investing or business. Talk to people who are doing what you want. Make offers. Learn from small failures. Rich Dad said the world is full of money. You just need the eyes to see it. When you invent money, life feels exciting again. You wake up motivated. You feel like the hero of your own story instead of a victim. This lesson gives hope to anyone, anywhere. Whether you're in a big city or a small village, opportunities are waiting for the person brave enough to create them. There you have it, the 5 lessons from Rich Dad, Poor Dad that have changed millions of lives. The rich don't work for money. They understand assets. They mind their own business. They use smart structures, and they invent opportunities. Apply even one of these, and your life will never be the same. If this video woke something up inside you, do 3 things right now. Smash that like button so more people discover this wisdom. Subscribe to Wisdom in Minutes and hit the bell. Every week we bring you the best books in just minutes so you can build the life you deserve. Comment below which lesson hit you hardest and share this video with one friend who needs it. Together, we're growing this channel and helping people worldwide escape the rat race. Thank you for spending these minutes with me. You've got this. Go build your assets today. See you in the next Wisdom in Minutes video. Take care.